And all of this, there's a big moral which I led with in the premises. These people don't know what they're talking about. Let's do things up. My first topic of 2025, we're about to get into it. And I want to tell you why this is so important. Because it really put fire under me. Like, it really, like, when I say it put fire, it really put fire because people don't know what they're talking about. I have to say that again for y'all.
People don't know what they're talking about.
And they will give you advice on things that they don't know anything about. They will judge journeys that they've never gone on, crucify you over risk that they never took, never had the bravery to go out and do anything, to move away from home, and they will sit idly by and judge and crucify and pick apart every decision that you make. And we will internalize these people's perceptions and perspectives of our journey, and it really is a projection. And I know that's a fancy trending hashtag word, you know what I mean, a word that we're hearing a lot, but it is real. And I'm actually glad and proud of this society and this generation of people that are coining these very negative, normalized interactions between people that love you. You're projecting an idea that you have about yourself onto me. Now let's dive into it. One of the necessary ingredients for an artist is faith. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe that this is going to work, and it is. I promise you it'll work. I had a friend, y'all, and I have known this girl since I want to say 13, about to turn 14. So I've known her for like half of my life. And like, I call her a sister. We've done things with our children together. Like, we were having a conversation and we were planning to do some things together. And she decided that she wanted to pull out on those plans, which is cool. But she made a comment about my journey in Atlanta and my journey with motherhood that I will never forget. And that has really put fire underneath me. And it was a comment that I couldn't even respond to. And her comment was, I don't have a vacation like Atlanta. I'm here 24/7 with my kid. You have Atlanta, and that's a vacation for you. And you get to go and come back. And it took everything in my body not to read her situation to filth, for a multitude of reasons. First of all, I've just outgrown that. I've deeply outgrown unnecessary unkindness. So if there's a way, and one of my mantras of this year is to choose the option that's going to bring about the most peace. So if there is an option that is more peaceful, that's what I'm going to go with this year. And so my most peaceful option was silence. And I said nothing back to this comment. And there were other projections that she was putting onto me intertwined in her sentiments. But this stuck out to me the most. Because I don't know what y'all don't know about acting. But baby, this is the hardest thing one of the most hardest things I've ever done in my life. Reading material, learning lines, taking on energies and characters that may or may not be representations of your real world experiences. All for you to pay to tape an audition, get up on your feet and submit this audition, which is your sweat, love, your tears, your perspective. Put this audition on tape and send it out into the world for people to just simply be like, no, and never even tell you why. What about that is a vacation? What about any artistic journey is a vacation? If there are any artists, actors specifically, who feel like acting is a vacation, please just put some shit comments for me because I need to hear y'all's perspective. She blew my mind with it. And when it comes to girlfriends, like friends that are women, I've always had a hard time. And that's not a flex, because I think people flex on that. And they're like, yeah, I never got along with girls, baby. I always wanted a best friend. That's one thing about me. I always wanted a female best friend, somebody that I could do everything with. That is my truth, so help me to God. And I have really tried to nurture friendships with women, but what I have noticed is a common denominator and why my relationships with women don't flourish is deep-rooted jealousy. Her comment, and I have never felt this way about her, but her comment really exposed some deep-rooted jealousy. First of all, she has never came to Atlanta to visit me. She has never watched a show, a movie, never shared a post. Just totally doesn't have the expertise or the knowledge or the insight to give me any perspective on this journey. But yet she would pick apart my life and insinuate that when I go to Atlanta and leave my beautiful, precious daughter behind in Philly, I'm on a vacation. Now let's unpack this co-parenting idea. A lot of y'all, and I really say this from my heart. There is nothing malicious about what I'm about to say. Stop judging people's situations. That's what as soon as you get the itch to do that, I want you to pray to the Lord Almighty. I want you to call out to your ancestors. I want you to pull out your diary, and I just want you to write, I am grateful for what I have. I do not understand these people's situations. God, please liberate me from judging these people's situations. Because while you think someone has the perfect dynamic with their co-parent, you do not know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. So please shut your mouth. That's really what I want to say to y'all. Shut your mouth about people's lives. Because I think for her, she was under the premise that she had it harder than I did. I co-parent with my daughter's father. When she's not with me, she's with him. And I think her idea of that dynamic somehow trumps her dynamic. So because she believes I have it easier than her, she believes that the journey is easier. And that she has it so much harder than me. Baby, one thing about co-parenting with a parent that loves your child as much as you do is you're going to split those Christmases. Yes, you are. You're going to split Christmas. You're going to split birthdays. You're going to split every single moment of their life. And there will be parts of their life that you're going to miss. And so I don't know what about that is easy for a parent that adores and loves their child. I don't know what ideas about a dynamic like that seems easier than a dynamic where you get full access to your kid. You don't have to bring your kid into a realm that you don't trust. Your kid isn't exposed to other women, different philosophies, other families that you know are not fond of you. I mean, I could go down a full rabbit hole with which one is easier. And so I really think and I really hope that what you get from this video is to shut your mouth about people's lives. Please, y'all. I mean, first of all, sometimes it can be so detrimental to people's evolution, your projections onto them. And it's painful. It's really painful to hear that people would so callously judge a journey that they never had the bravery to take, to investigate, or to even try to understand. I'm a very private person and I handle struggle better than a lot of people. And I think they get that confused. I'm not a complainer. How y'all be sitting around complaining over the same thing for 3 to 5 years is no way in hell. If you are 30 years old and there's something about your life that you don't like, baby, change it. Like immediately. Like, oh, I don't like how I eat. I'm done eating bad. Because I don't complain, people think that I'm okay. Ouch! And people think that this was an easy journey. I had 8 roommates in 2 years. 8 roommates. I had one roommate threaten me, and I'm not even going to say what he said he was going to do. I had to call the police and have him evicted. I had 4 roommates move out the day before rent was due. 4. What about that is easy? What about not knowing how you're going to pay your rent, but still having to get on a plane and fly back home to your kid and be in a domestic essence? What about that is easy? Nothing is. Nothing about anything is easy. And so it really made me want to be honest and candid, not necessarily completely open because that is unnecessary. Social media has really confused us because there's a difference between privacy and secrecy. I'm not keeping secrets from y'all. I will tell you, by no means, sis, is Atlanta a vacation. And it has never been and it will never be. Because that's not what this season of my life. This is really me getting it from the mud. I've not gotten any roles off of favors. Nobody has called me in a favor. I haven't gotten any roles at this point from agencies, except for the one role that I got with Tyler Perry. But like Wicked City, if y'all don't know about Wicked City, I'm going to plug in a little flyer right here. And I'm also going to plug in a link to where you can watch it. It's a series that follows a black coven of witches. I mean, it's incredible. It's given very much so Charmed meets Girlfriends. But I digress. Yeah, nobody has called me in any favors, ma'am. And so I don't know what people's idea or what her idea of vacation is, but by no means does this fit the mold of a traditional idea of a vacation. And so you have to watch what you say to people. And y'all, it's up to us. We have to watch what we internalize. Don't let people pick apart your life this year. Know what you're doing. Know the mission that you're on. Stay true to yourself. Don't digest these ideas and thoughts, these projections. You know who you are. I know who I am. Use it as an inspiration to really grind it out. With your head down, without the spirit of complaining. Like, you can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. And what it makes you want to do is it makes you, and this year, this is what we're not doing this year, y'all. We will not be pulled into dark wells of despondency. Let's say it again. We will not be pulled into dark wells of despondency. Baby, these people are depressed. These people are dark. These people are not where they want to be in life. And that's okay because I've been in those seasons. I'm not judging that. But I cannot go back. Once you engage these people and you try to pick apart their lives and you try to flex and say how much harder you got it than them and you try to prove yourself, you have been pulled into their dark well. And whether they know it or not, whether they're conscious of it or not, you are right where this version of them wants you to be. They can't really offer you perspective. They can't collaborate with you because you're at a different frequency. You're operating from a place of faith meets work, not just faith. And they might be operating from a place of faith. Like, all I have to do is believe. Or all I have to do is have a feeling or have the itch that this is going to work. But it's something after that itch. You got to get fired up. And people that get fired up intimidate people that sit on the dock of the bay and watch the tide go by. And that's the kindest way I can say that. People that sit on the dock and watch the tide go by do not want to see you in a boat. They don't want to see you in a boat. They don't want to see you on a jet ski, falling off and hopping back on, and falling off and hopping back on, and they're sitting on the dock of the bay watching the tide go by. Be for real. And I had to remind myself of that. This year, we will not be arguing. We will not be proving. Actually, everything that they give you, you're going to use it as fuel. Every nasty comment, every projection, every time they talk down on your journey, you're going to use it as fuel, and you're going to create content out of it. Even if it's internal content, even if it's an internal monologue, we will not be pulled into dark wells of despondency. I mean, we talking about deep sadness, people that don't like anything about their lives, and they smoke and drink every other day to get away from their reality, because they haven't fought hard enough to create a reality that they don't have to escape from. And that's real shit. That's the business. That's the business. It's very much so blocking off, fighting off projections and ideas and philosophies that we know aren't our truth and that just don't resonate with us. And so that's how we're kicking off this year. This is the first episode. If this was a chat that you enjoyed, I'm not even about to prompt y'all to do that. That's actually really annoying when people like, hit that subscribe button. So, I mean, do what you feel you need to do. If any part of this resonated with you, just comment below. Let me know how y'all feeling. Let me know what y'all New Year's resolutions are. And remember, this year we will not be pulled into a dark well of despondency. We will not be. We will be on our missions. We will be operating at a high frequency no matter what anyone has to say. In spite of anyone that tries to pull us down, we're going to keep going. And we're going to pray. We're going to be positive. Call out to God. Call out to your ancestors. And lastly, I want to leave you with this, and I hope I can leave you with this after every video. Anything that you can imagine, you can have. Anything. I'm saying this to myself. Anything I can see is already mine. Or I would not have the clarity. I would not be able to see it so clearly if it were not in my destiny. And nothing can stop you except for you.